The wait is finally over, and the first part of Wednesday Season 2 is here. So you know what that means. I've binge-watched the first 4 episodes, and I've got all the non-spoiler details for you. Look, I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. It's been a long time since we've been back at Nevermore Academy. November 2022 feels like a lifetime ago, right? 3 years is a huge gap, and it's a gap a lot of streaming shows are starting to have, thanks in part to the strikes that hit the industry. But you can count me in as someone who really enjoyed the first season. I actually rewatched it last week, and it holds up. It's one of the few Tim Burton projects that really clicked with me. So the question is, was the wait worth it? Well, let me tell you, based on the first 4 episodes, I'm absolutely hooked. First things first, Jenna Ortega is still the heart and soul of this show. She slips back into Wednesday's iconic deadpan wit and sarcastic charm flawlessly. But this time, she's not just solving a mystery. She's dealing with some new challenges. Her psychic powers are on the fritz, which adds a whole new layer of vulnerability and frustration to her character. The mystery itself is darker and more intense this time around. Season 1 was a classic whodunit murder mystery, and this season feels like they've cranked up the stakes and the horror elements. There are more violent moments, and some seriously gruesome kills. It establishes early on that no one is truly safe, and you've got to appreciate a show that isn't afraid to get a little bit gothic and grim. But it's not all Wednesday all the time. One of the biggest changes this season is that the entire Addams family is more involved. We get more of Morticia, Gomez, and even a bigger role for Pugsley. They're actually living closer to Nevermore, and their family dynamic is a much larger part of the story. It makes the show feel a lot more like a classic Addams Family story, but with Wednesday at the center of it all. It's a welcome change. We've also got some great new cast members, including the always brilliant Steve Buscemi as the new principal. And let me tell you, there's something super suspicious about him from the get-go. Is it a red herring? We'll have to see. Now, a lot of people are worried about the age gap, since it's been a few years. Actors get older, right? It's a thing that happens in the real world, believe it or not. And honestly, the show handles it really well. The characters of Pugsley and Eugene, in particular, look noticeably older, but the story actually accounts for this in a way that feels natural. It doesn't take you out of the story at all. Now, for some of the other things I loved, the show feels more confident in its style and tone this season. There's a fun adventure off campus in the 3rd episode that really expands the world. And even a character like Thing, a literal disembodied hand, gets more characterization and emotional depth. I mean, who would have thought you could feel so much for a hand? I also have to give a shout out to the humor. It really lands this season. It's still that signature deadpan style, but the jokes hit hard. Plus, the show does a great job of blending genres. It's a coming-of-age story, a murder mystery, a comedy, and a heist all rolled into one. It's a unique and fun ride. And the ending of this first half? A major cliffhanger. Just when I thought I had everything figured out, the show hit me with some big curveballs and revealed that I absolutely did not see it coming. It subverted my expectations beautifully and left me desperate for the next 4 episodes. However, I do have a couple of minor gripes. The show is a little less streamlined than the first season. There are a lot of subplots for the supporting characters. Enid has a love triangle, Bianca has her own family drama, and even Pugsley and Eugene have a wild subplot. While they do seem to converge in this mid-season finale, there are moments where it feels a little unfocused. And I'm not entirely sold on Wednesday becoming a celebrity with a group of superfans. It felt a little odd at first, but they did make it work by the end of the first half. It just wasn't my favorite direction to see the show go in. Finally, a quick note on the 2-part release. Netflix is doing this with their bigger shows now, and I get it from a business perspective, but I do think a show like Wednesday would have been better as a single binge watch. It feels a little weird to be left on a cliffhanger and have to wait a month to see the rest. But, like I said, the ending is so good that it makes the wait a little more bearable. So for all of you who are waiting and worried, I think you're going to be very happy with this. It's darker, more gothic, and expands the world in some really interesting ways. The Addams family is front and center, and Jenna Ortega is absolutely fantastic. I can't say for sure if it's better or worse than season 1 yet, but it's a solid follow-up that leaves me incredibly excited for part 2. What do you guys think? Have you watched the first 4 episodes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss my review of the back half of the season in September. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.